Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Cavanaugh's Corner. My name is Andrew Cavanaugh. Just want to say thank you for coming back to our channel tonight. Now I'm going to talk about Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne is the fourth in the Jason Bourne saga. Actually, technically it's the fifth if you count the Bourne Legacy. A movie that was kind of hated. I kind of enjoyed it, but again, wasn't as good as the originals. My favorite movie of the series is behind me here is Bourne Ultimatum. Still my favorite. But tonight I'm going to be talking about the new one, Jason Bourne. Now, Jason Bourne is it's a welcome comeback for the series. It's nice to see Matt Damon come back to the series as the main character, Jason Bourne. He is so good at this role now. At this point, it's basically just taken for granted now. Much kind of like Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine for all these years has kind of just become Wolverine. Matt Damon has pretty much become Jason Bourne at this point. He is basically a physical and acting powerhouse in this movie. Even though he really doesn't say much, Bourne is very much a very quiet protagonist in this film. But the fun of the movie is watching what makes him tick. It's trying to figure out what's going on in his head as the movie goes on. And it's actually quite a good adventure in that case. I really like the fact that in this movie the character is even though we thought that he's really figured out who he is, he's still getting glimpses into the past and why he did the things that he did, why he signed up to become this secret agent killer, this assassin. It's really interesting still after all these years that Matt Damon can pull it off, because basically we've seen him do this 3 times already. And normally by the 5th movie of a series, it tends to, I mean the 5th movie of the franchise, but the 4th of this series with Matt Damon, it tends to get kind of tired after the 3rd or 4th one. But I mean, this movie was still extremely exciting. This new movie actually had some of my favorite action sequences out of the entire series. One in particular being a very intense chase scene in Las Vegas, where they really rack up the destruction. And let me just say, what happens in Vegas nearly destroys it. So. That was really great. I thought that was an awesome sequence. There's actually a couple really intense sequences in the film overall. There's actually a really intense chase near the beginning of the film. And like I said, overall the story is actually very engaging. I don't want to give away too much here, but there is an entire subplot involving technology and the social media aspect of technology, and I think it's kind of interesting to see this series kind of go in that direction. Oddly, that subplot has a lot to do with the movie, but it really doesn't go anywhere, and I think it's the only thing about the movie that I really didn't like was the fact that subplot, they spent a lot of time on it, and in the end it kind of gets thrown away. But I did like the fact that it led to the conclusion that we got, which was a very, very, very good one. I enjoyed the movie as a whole. Like I said, I thought Matt Damon was great. I think Tommy Lee Jones plays a great character in this movie, and he is a real slimy son of a bitch in this thing, and I like seeing him play these parts, because honestly I haven't seen him play that kind of character in quite a long time. So I really liked his part in this movie. And I mean, it's just like I said, it's just a very overall extremely entertaining action movie. The director Paul Greengrass, who did the last 2 Bourne movies with Matt Damon, not Bourne Legacy, but he's back for this one, and you can tell when he's on, man, because he kills it with this movie. Like, everything about it, the camera movement, the fight scenes, the chase scenes, just the regular intense scenes. I mean, I don't know how he does it, but he somehow makes Matt Damon looking at a computer screen really, really nerve-wracking. Again, hats off to Paul Greengrass for doing that, because he knows how to make very suspenseful films. Captain Phillips being my personal favorite of his. But this new one here, I mean, he is right on the money the whole time. There is not a missed opportunity, man. He just does a great job. Also, hats off to Universal for marketing the movie really well. Actually, a lot of the stuff that you see in the trailers is actually not in the movie. So, good job, Universal. I love it when that happens because it leaves more surprises for the viewer. And it's nice to have a movie where the trailers don't ruin anything, like every other movie that's come out this summer. Or just, like a movie where the trailer does nothing for the movie, like Star Trek. Star Trek being one of my favorite movies of the summer. This being a really, really close third. I just have to say right now, it's Civil War, Star Trek, and Jason Bourne. I really, really enjoyed the crap out of this movie. I think you will too. If you're a fan of the original 3 Bourne movies, you're really going to enjoy this one. It's not my favorite of the series. Ultimatum is still my favorite, but this is a very close second. Overall, I give Jason Bourne a 4 out of 5. I think it's an awesome action movie with some fantastic acting and some real just edgy-as-seat moments, some real nerve-wracking stuff. So, anyway, that's my review for Jason Bourne. Definitely worth the watch, especially if you enjoyed the original trilogy. You're going to love this new one. As always, I'm Andrew Cavanaugh. Thank you again for coming back to Cavanaugh's Corner, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.